Local support for News 6 has been provided by the Northwest Ohio Educational Technology Foundation, Bowling Green State University, and the members of WBGU TV.
Hi! We're the 6th grade class of Franklin Elementary School, home of the Fayette Eagles. Welcome to News 6!
Hi, I'm Sunshine Schwartz from Franklin Elementary School. Welcome to News 6. With today's first story, here's Nathan Calvin.
Today's first story takes the 6th graders to camp. Steve Marsh brings News 6 story.
Camp Palmer brings together kids, nature, and fun. When was Camp Palmer founded?
4-H Camp Palmer was founded in 1947. It's named after, or was named after the 4-H leader, state 4-H leader at that time, who was William Palmer. And the reason they called it after him was they just couldn't decide on a name at the time. It's used by a variety of groups. At that time, it was just used by 4-H groups for about 6 weeks in the summertime.
What can people do at Camp Palmer?
When a church group or a school group or a 4-H group comes to 4-H camp, there's a lot of different things they can do here. They can use our high adventure rope course. They can use the nature center, the bird blind area for nature classes with one of the naturalists here at the 4-H camp. Or if they come with if it's a younger group of kids like kindergarten age, a lot of times they come up here for farm tours over at the camp's farm about a half a mile from here.
What special events do you have at Camp Palmer?
In the fall time, we have a fall festival where we do a pioneer study where we have people dressed up in period costume like mountain men, things like that, where they do old-time crafts and trades. We're also going to have a Halloween weekend here at camp during October where we're going to have the camp be a haunted camp.
How does the community benefit from the camp?
The community and the county and the area in general can benefit from the 4-H camp simply because it is a very excellent place to have outdoor education classes, for recreational opportunities for YMCA groups, Boy Scout groups, or youth groups of any kind.
Today's News 6 is produced by a 6th grade class of Franklin Elementary. Franklin is located in Fayette, about 45 miles east of Toledo. It was founded in 1845 and has a population of about 1,200.
Our second story takes News 6 back to the past to trace family histories. Heather Cast has the story.
Yeah, 2 and 3. See, then so we have her family spreads out here.
Herbert Eckman bridges the gap between past generations. What is genealogy?
Well, genealogy is searching your family tree. It's getting to know your ancestors on the ancestor chart. I'll show you the ancestor chart. And also, it's sometimes called a pedigree chart.
How do you begin researching a family tree?
You start at home. You take whatever documents you may have and ask your parents for the documents. Look over old birth records, marriage records, Bible records, all old letters, and try to determine enough to write information on your family group sheets. That's where you start. And also, interview an older family relative in order to find out what they know. And they know more than you think.
How many generations have you gone back?
I've gone back 9 generations, which brings me back to the John Aikman that came from Scotland to New Jersey about 1730. And from New Jersey, the family then moved into western Pennsylvania, southern Ohio, and Indiana.
What is the most interesting thing you've discovered in your family history?
One of the most interesting things I discovered was that my name had been changed, in spelling of it anyway, from E-C-K-M-A-N to EAKMAN in western Pennsylvania. That was done about 1800. Then I went back, traced the family on back to New Jersey, and to find out they spell it AIKMAN back there, which was really a surprise. And it wasn't any mistake. It's clear. That's the way it was. And as it turns out, they were all Scotch-Irish, or Scotch, not Scotch-Irish. So as a result, starting out thinking my family was German, I end up with a family with a different spelling, and also that they're Scotch. Then you try to put that information on an ancestor chart.
This week's Kids View question asks Franklin's 6th graders what their school means to them. Here's what we found out.
Hi, I am Brent Brame reporting for News 6. Today's Kids View question is, what does your school mean to you?
My school is where I grew up, and it's like a second home to me. My school is a place to play sports.
My school is a place to be with my friends and to get a good education.
Today's last story takes News 6 into the wild world of pheasants. Glenn Wright flies home the story.
Rare birds are flocking in Fayette. Isn't raising pheasants a little unusual?
Yes, I would say it's unusual because very few people have as many breeds as I do. Some of these birds are not readily available, and it's pretty hard to find some of the breeds that I have.
What kind of pheasants do you have?
Yes, I have some of the regular ringneck pheasants that are found in the wild. I have actually 3 different varieties of ringnecks. I have the black Chinese, which the state of Michigan is now using for their release program in the conservation area. I have a red ringneck pheasant, and also in the exotics I have red golden pheasants and yellow goldens, which come from China. And I have silver pheasants, which come from Asia. I have the Lady Amherst, again, which come from China. And I have the small chuckers, which are halfway between a quail and a pheasant.
Is raising pheasants difficult?
It is if you don't know what you're doing. There are some things that you have to work with when you're raising pheasants. One of those is cannibalism. They are very mean to each other if they don't have enough space. Especially young chicks, they pick at each other until one of them will die. So that's a problem. Also, the feed is very important. They have to have a high protein feed, which is a lot higher in protein content than regular chickens. So that's another difficulty. You have to have the right blend of feed, especially in the laying season.
Where do you get all your pheasants?
Well, these pheasants that I have here come from different places. Most of them came from the state of Ohio, just at local sales or auctions, farm sales. There are several people in the area that raise pheasants. Some of those that I have come from southern Ohio, some come from Kentucky, but most of them come from around this area.
Stop. Stop.
That wraps up this week's show. Thank you for tuning in. Join us next time when Ottoville Local visits News 6.